47% who are with him, who are dependent upon government, who believe that they're victims, who believe that government has a responsibility to care for them.
For that statement to come out really meant nothing to me. I mean, I heard that from day one from him.
Reaction to secretly recorded comments from Mitt Romney. They're making waves in the political world here and across the country. Good evening, I'm Kelly Phillips.
And I'm Bill Leger. Thank you for joining us tonight. It is one of several clips now surfacing from a private fundraiser Mitt Romney attended in Florida in late May. In the clip, Romney says 47% of Americans believe they are victims entitled to help from the government. KFDM's Leslie Rangel has reaction from Southeast Texans on both sides of the political spectrum.
How the stores roll out.
Sam Danna is a consultant from Houston. He helps his nephew with the family business in Beaumont. The business of politics isn't far from his mind.
I think for people like me who are for Romney, see the same thing that he said as being accurate.
There are 47% who are with him, who are dependent upon government, who believe that they are victims, who believe that government has a responsibility to care for them, who believe that they're entitled to health care, to food, to housing, to you name it. But it's an entitlement, and the government should give it to them. And they will vote for this president no matter what.
What Romney said was secretly videotaped at a May political fundraiser in Florida. It was made public Monday, and within hours, Romney called a news conference.
This is ultimately a question about direction for the country. I'm speaking off the cuff in response to a question, and I'm sure I could state it more clearly.
Romney hasn't apologized for the comments, and supporters say he doesn't need to.
The statement that he made is fairly represented. I mean, it's actual. So you have to monitor everything you say because someone may get offended by it. Is not the country I grew up in as a child.
And it did not surprise me that he said that. He's probably said some things a lot more poignant and pointed than that. It just hadn't come out.
Longtime Democratic State Representative Joe Deshotel says Romney's off-the-cuff comments show his true colors.
I think that was clearly his position all along, that, you know, a majority of America, almost half of the United States, are dependent on government, and he believes that. And he believes that there's no self-sufficiency in those people.
It is what it is, and it's a sad day in America when you can't tell the truth and be respected for it. And if you don't want to pay taxes, admit it. I don't want to pay taxes. I want the government to supply my needs.
Because he could care less about them or their needs or what it means to work and get up and raise kids and have to decide between one child and the other whether they're going to get new shoes. And he doesn't, that's foreign to him.
Point-counterpoint. Two opinions about a short video clip. Voters will decide whether it has a long-term impact on the presidential campaign. In Beaumont, Leslie Rangel, KFDM 6 News.
And today, President Obama said Americans are not victims and that anyone seeking the presidency should be working for everyone, not just for some.
The Mitt Romney comments have drawn a number of responses to our KFDM News Facebook page. One person writes, "I think the only victims in this country are the taxpayers. We pay for all the people on welfare who could really be working." Another person commented, "What I like least about Romney's comments is that the working poor don't take responsibility for their lives. The thing about not being rich is that you have to take responsibility for the things the rich take for granted. We all know there are those who abuse the system while we work our butts off to live week to week. We have elderly working while we have young, able people sitting at home." You can read other comments and add your own to our KFDM News Facebook page.